There's a question that has burned in my spirit for decades. A question that keeps me awake at night. Why do so many people die waiting for their moment while others seem to make things happen? The answer lies in understanding one fundamental truth. You were not born to wait. You were born to create. Inside of you right now, at this very moment, lives a force so powerful that it can transform nations. Yet many of you are sitting on your potential, waiting for someone to discover you, waiting for the right time, waiting for permission to be great. But I need you to understand something profound today. The greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life lived waiting for opportunities that never come because you never created them. I remember standing in my backyard as a young boy, watching the birds build their nests. Something struck me that day. These tiny creatures weren't waiting for someone to build their homes. They gathered materials, piece by piece, creating what they needed. That day, God spoke to my spirit and said, my people are waiting for opportunities to fall from heaven like manna, but I've given them the ability to create like I create. You must understand this opportunity is not something that happens to you. It's something that happens through you. The very DNA of your existence carries the capacity to create. When God formed man from the dust of the ground, he didn't just make another creature, he made a creator. You are pregnant with possibilities. But many of you are in the waiting room of life, hoping someone will call your name. Listen carefully, every great invention, every successful business, every transformational movement started because someone refused to wait. They understood that opportunity doesn't knock on doors, it responds to those who knock. The Wright brothers didn't wait for the perfect time to invent the airplane. They created the time. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't wait for racial equality. He created a movement that demanded it. Your life is too precious to waste it in the waiting room. The time you spend waiting could be time spent creating. Every second you're alive is pregnant with possibility. But possibility without action is like a seed without soil. It can never grow into reality. I'm standing here today because I need you to understand that the world is not waiting for another consumer. It's waiting for another creator. The marketplace is not crying out for more followers. It's desperate for leaders who will create solutions. Your family doesn't need another spectator. They need someone who will create a legacy. The principle I'm sharing with you today is not just a nice idea. It's the fundamental law of purpose and destiny. And as we continue this journey together, I'm going to show you why waiting is the enemy of purpose and how you can shift from being a waiter to becoming a creator. Because when you understand this principle, everything in your life will change. Everything in your life will change when you grasp this truth I'm about to share with you. The waiting mindset is one of the most dangerous diseases plaguing our generation. It's more deadly than any physical illness because it kills your future while keeping you alive to watch it happen. Many of you are waiting right now, waiting for the right time, waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for conditions to improve, waiting for someone to notice your talent. But I want to tell you something that might shock you. Waiting is not patience. Waiting is fear dressed in Sunday clothes. When you're truly patient, you're actively preparing. But when you're waiting, you're actively wasting. Let me break this down for you. Every morning when you wake up, God deposits 86.400 seconds into your account. You can't save it. You can't get a refund. And you can't carry it over to tomorrow. What you don't use, you lose. And yet, most people are spending these precious seconds waiting. They're saying, when I get married, then I will be happy when I get that promotion. Then I'll start my business when my children grow up. Then I'll pursue my dreams. This is what I call the when-then syndrome, and it's spiritual and emotional suicide. The danger of passive existence is that it feels comfortable. It feels safe. It feels responsible. But I need you to understand something. Everything that's alive is growing. Everything that's growing is changing. And everything that's changing is uncomfortable. If you're comfortable, you're not growing. And if you're not growing, you're actually dying. Waiting is a form of self-sabotage because it violates the very principle of creation. When God created the heavens and the earth, he didn't wait for something to happen. The earth was formless and void, but God didn't wait for form to appear. He spoke it into existence. He didn't wait for light to show up. He created it. You were made in his image, but you're waiting for opportunities instead of creating them. Why this waiting mindset is killing your future. Every time you wait, you're making a declaration to the universe that you're not ready for responsibility. Every time you wait, you're telling your potential that it's not welcome to manifest yet. Every time you wait, you're practicing the art of dying slowly. I meet people all over the world who tell me, I'm waiting for God to open a door, but I tell them, God is waiting for you to build the door. He gave you the materials, your mind, your talents, your time. your energy. He gave you the blueprint, your dreams, your vision, your purpose. But he's waiting for you to stop waiting and start creating. The tragedy is that many people have turned waiting into a spiritual virtue. They call it faith. But it's actually fear. Real faith doesn't wait for things to happen. Faith causes things to happen. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Notice it says substance. Substance is something tangible, something you can touch, something you create. And as we continue this crucial discussion, I'm going to show you what happens when you finally break free from this waiting mindset and step into your true identity as a creator. Step into your true identity as a creator by understanding what opportunity really means. You see, most people have a completely wrong concept of opportunity. They think opportunity is like a train that comes by. And if you miss it, you have to wait for the next one. But I'm here to tell you something that will revolutionize your thinking. Opportunity is not something you wait for. It's something you generate from within. Let me share a profound truth with you. When God created you, he put something inside of you that the world desperately needs. Your opportunity is not out there somewhere. It's trapped inside of you. The problem is, most people are looking through their eyes for opportunity when they should be looking through their purpose. Purpose and opportunity are twins. They were born together. Your purpose is like a magnet that attracts opportunities. You don't find your purpose. You bring it with you. Every person in this room was born with a solution to somebody's problem. Your opportunities are directly connected to the problems you were born to solve. When a mother sees her child in danger, she doesn't wait for an opportunity to save that child. The opportunity is created by the problem. The greater the problem, the greater the opportunity. But most people are running away from problems. And then they wonder why they can't find opportunities. I need you to understand something powerful today. Every frustration you face is announcing an opportunity. Every problem you encounter is presenting you with a chance to create something new. But most people miss opportunities because they're looking for convenience instead of looking for problems to solve. You know why most people miss opportunities? Because opportunities often come dressed in overalls and look like hard work. They come disguised as problems, challenges, and obstacles. While everyone else is complaining about the darkness, the person who understands true opportunity is busy inventing a light bulb. Let me give you a practical example. In your community right now, there are problems that nobody is solving. There are needs that nobody is meeting. There are questions that nobody is answering. These aren't obstacles to your success. These are raw materials for your opportunities. But you're waiting for opportunity to knock on your door while opportunity is waiting for you to build the door. The relationship between purpose and opportunity is like a key and a lock. Your purpose is the key that unlocks opportunities. But here's what many people don't understand. You have to insert the key. You have to take action. Purpose without action is like a key that never leaves your pocket. It has potential, but it's useless until it's used. Most people miss opportunities because they're looking for something big and spectacular. But true opportunity often starts small. It starts with serving one person. It starts with solving one problem. It starts with answering one need. Remember, every mighty oak tree started as a tiny acorn that fell into the ground and refused to wait for something to happen. You're not sitting here by accident today. Your very presence in this room is an opportunity. But what you do with this moment will determine what happens in your future. Stop looking for opportunity and start looking for problems to solve. Stop waiting for your chance and start creating chances for others. Stop asking, when will my opportunity come? And start asking, what problem am I called to solve? And as we move forward, I'm going to show you exactly how to develop what I call the creator's mentality, a mindset that doesn't just see opportunities, but generates them. A mindset that doesn't just see opportunities, but generates them begins with understanding something fundamental about your design. When God created humanity, he didn't just create another species, he created creators. This is not just a nice thought. This is a biblical principle that will transform your entire existence. In the very first chapter of Genesis, God makes a declaration that many of us have read, but few have understood. He says, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion. Notice the connection, image and dominion go together. You cannot separate your identity from your authority. You cannot disconnect your nature from your function. The first thing God does after creating humanity is give them a mandate: be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth, and subdue it. Pay attention to these words. These are not passive words. These are creative words. He didn't say, wait and see what happens. He didn't say, hope something good comes along. He commanded us to create, to produce, to generate. There's something profound about your design that many of you haven't realized yet. When God breathed into man, he wasn't just giving life, he was transferring creative power. The same spirit that hovered over the waters in creation now lives inside of you. But many of you are living like consumers when you were designed to be creators. Let me break down the difference between consumers and creators. Consumers wait for things to happen. Creators make things happen. Consumers ask, what's in it for me? Creators ask, what can I contribute? Consumers see a problem and complain. Creators see a problem and innovate. Consumers drain resources. Creators generate resources. The problem in our world today is that we have too many consumers and not enough creators. We have too many people waiting to be served and not enough people looking to serve. We have too many people asking, what can I get? And not enough people asking, what can I give? But I need you to understand, prosperity follows creativity, not consumption. Everything you're using right now was created by somebody who refused to be a consumer. The chair you're sitting on, the clothes you're wearing, the building you're in, all of these came from someone who embraced their creative nature. They didn't wait for someone else to do it. They didn't wait for the perfect conditions. They created. But here's where many people miss it. Creation always starts with chaos. When God began creating, the earth was without form and void. Don't be afraid of the chaos in your life. That chaos is your raw material for creation. That confusion is your opportunity to bring order. That darkness is your chance to say, let there be light. The creator's mentality understands that everything you need to create your future is already within your reach. Just like God used the dust of the ground to create man, you can use the resources around you to create your opportunities. But you must stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and start seeing yourself as a creator of circumstances. You know what's interesting? Every morning when you wake up, you have a choice. Will you be a consumer today or a creator? Will you wait for things to happen to you, or will you make things happen through you? Will you use your energy complaining about what's wrong, or will you use your creativity to make things right? The creator's mentality understands that dominion is not about controlling others. It's about taking responsibility. It's about seeing what could be and bringing it into reality. It's about refusing to accept things as they are when you know they could be better. It's about using your God-given creativity to solve problems and serve others. I meet people all the time who say, I'm not creative, but that's like a bird saying I can't fly. Creativity is not a gift given to a few. It's a fundamental part of who you are as a human being. The only difference between those who create and those who don't is that creators have decided to use what God already put inside them. This creative power within you operates according to specific principles that I'm about to share with you. These aren't just theories, these are laws that govern success. Laws that determine whether you'll be a creator of opportunities or someone who just wishes opportunities would come. First, you must understand the law of preparation. Listen carefully, preparation time is never wasted time. Many people want opportunities, but they're not prepared for them. They want harvest, but they haven't planted any seeds. They want promotion, but they haven't developed themselves. The law of preparation states that opportunity meets preparation at the point of action. While others are sleeping, successful people are preparing. While others are complaining, creators are developing. I'm not just talking about formal education. I'm talking about personal development. About growing your capacity to create. Every book you read, every skill you develop, every relationship you build is part of your preparation. Remember this, the greater your preparation, the greater your opportunities. But preparation without vision is like a ship without a destination. You must understand the power of vision. Vision is not just seeing what is vision, is seeing what could be and should be. When God gives you a vision, he's not showing you something to admire, he's showing you something to create. Vision is your permission to create. Vision is your authorization to build. Many people are waiting for vision when they should be writing vision. The Bible says, write the vision and make it plain. Notice it doesn't say, wait for the vision, it says write it. Your vision must be so clear that it keeps you awake at night. It must be so powerful that it gets you up in the morning. Because vision isn't just about seeing, it's about creating what you see. But here's where many people fail. They have preparation, they have vision, but they lack initiative. The principle of initiative is crucial. Initiative is the power to start. Initiative is the courage to move first. Initiative is doing what needs to be done without being told to do it. The world doesn't reward people who have good ideas. It rewards people who take initiative with their ideas. While others are saying someone should do something about this, creators are saying, I will do something about this. While others are waiting for permission, creators are taking initiative. They understand that God already gave them permission when he created them in his image. Your birth was your permission. Your existence is your authorization. But with initiative comes responsibility, and this is where the real test begins. The role of responsibility is what separates dreamers from creators. Responsibility means carrying the weight of your vision. It means being accountable for your actions. It means no excuses, no blame, no justifications. Many people want authority without responsibility. They want success without accountability. But I need you to understand something. Responsibility is not a burden. It's a blessing. Responsibility is not a punishment. It's a privilege. Because when you take responsibility, you take control. When you take responsibility, you take power. Everything in creation responds to responsibility. When you plant a seed and take responsibility for watering it, nurturing it, protecting it, that seed has no choice but to grow. When you take responsibility for your dreams, your visions, your goals, they have no choice but to manifest. The principles of opportunity creation work together like a symphony. Preparation makes you ready. Vision makes you focused. Initiative makes you move. Responsibility makes you reliable. When these principles are working in your life, you don't have to chase opportunities. Opportunities chase you. But here's what many people don't understand. These principles are universal. They work whether you believe in them or not. They operate whether you acknowledge them or not. Just like gravity doesn't need your permission to work. These principles don't need your approval to operate. But when you align yourself with them, when you live by them, when you build your life on them, that's when you become unstoppable. You're not sitting here by accident. These principles are being shared with you because it's time for you to shift from being an opportunity seeker to becoming an opportunity creator. It's time for you to move from waiting for things to happen to making things happen. It's time for you to transform from being a consumer of other people's creations to becoming a creator of solutions. Living these principles requires breaking through the mental barriers that have kept you bound. The biggest prison in the world is not made of iron bars and concrete walls. It's made of limiting beliefs. And today, we're going to break out of that prison. The first thing you must understand is that your life right now is a product of your beliefs, not your circumstances, not your background, not your education, your beliefs. If you believe you can only go so far, that's exactly how far you'll go. If you believe opportunities are scarce, you'll never create them. If you believe you're not good enough, you'll prove yourself right. Every limiting belief is a lie about your true identity. When you believe you can't create opportunities, you're believing a lie about who God made you to be. When you believe you have to wait for your time to come, you're believing a lie about your authority. When you believe you're not creative enough, you're believing a lie about your design. Fear and doubt are the twin assassins of destiny. Fear tells you what you can't do. Doubt tells you why you can't do it. Fear is not real. Fear is false evidence appearing real. The only power fear has is the power you give it through your belief system. Doubt is not your enemy. Doubt is your opportunity to exercise faith. Every time doubt comes, it's giving you a chance to strengthen your belief muscle. Every time fear shows up, it's giving you an opportunity to prove it wrong. The problem is not that you have fears. The problem is that you've been listening to them. Developing a creator's mindset starts with renewing your mind. You must intentionally replace every limiting belief with an empowering truth. When your mind says, I can't, your spirit must say, I was created to. When your mind says it's too hard, your spirit must say, my God supplies all my needs. When your mind says, what if I fail, your spirit must say, what if I succeed? The creator's mindset understands that failure is not your enemy. Failure is your teacher. Every failure is feedback. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every closed door is an invitation to create your own door. But you can't develop this mindset while holding on to limiting beliefs about who you are and what you can do. Listen to me carefully. Your mind will always try to protect you from pain, from risk, from failure. But protection from these things is also protection from growth, from success, from creating. You must be willing to be uncomfortable. You must be willing to look foolish. You must be willing to fail forward. The creator's mindset says, I don't know how, but I know who. It says, I don't have all the resources, but I have resourcefulness. It says, I don't see the whole path, but I'm taking the first step. This mindset doesn't wait for confidence. It creates confidence through action. You must understand that every great creator in history faced the same fears you're facing. They had the same doubts you have. They heard the same negative voices you hear. The difference is they decided to create anyway. They decided that their vision was more important than their fear. They decided that their purpose was more powerful than their doubts. Tangible results come through a specific framework of action. Knowledge without action is merely information. But knowledge with action becomes transformation. Let me give you the framework that will turn everything we've discussed into reality in your life. The first step is to start where you are with what you have. Stop waiting for better conditions, create better conditions. Stop waiting for more resources, maximize what's already in your hands. That job you don't like, that's your training ground, that small apartment, that's your incubator, that limited budget. That's your creativity catalyst. Your daily disciplines determine your destiny. Listen carefully, successful people don't make occasional right decisions, they make daily right decisions. Every morning when you wake up, you must decide to be a creator. Every morning when you open your eyes, you must choose to take action. Success is not an event, it's a habit. You need to establish what I call your power hour. The first hour of your day must be invested, not spent. While others are checking social media, you're checking your vision. While others are watching television, you're watching opportunities. While others are sleeping in, you're stepping up. That first hour sets the tone for your entire day. Build momentum through consistent action. You see, most people overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can do in a year of consistent action. Small actions, repeated daily. Create unstoppable momentum. Don't despise small beginnings, celebrate small victories. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. Write down 3 actions you can take every day toward your vision. Not 30 actions, not 10 actions, 3 actions. Make them so simple that you can't fail. But make them so consistent that you can't stay the same. Remember, consistency beats intensity every time. It's not what you do once in a while that shapes your life, it's what you do daily. Start serving before you're ready. Stop waiting until everything is perfect. Perfection is the enemy of progress. If you want to be a writer, write something today. If you want to be a business owner, start serving 1 customer today. If you want to be a leader, start leading yourself today. The opportunity to do great things begins with doing small things greatly. Create accountability for your actions. Tell somebody what you're going to do and when you're going to do it. Join forces with other creators. Find people who will celebrate your progress but won't tolerate your excuses. Remember, your associations will determine your acceleration. What happens when you follow this framework? Momentum begins to build. Small actions become big results. Daily disciplines become unstoppable habits. What started as difficult becomes automatic. What began as uncomfortable becomes natural. This is how creators are made, not born, but built through consistent, purposeful action. Everything valuable has a cost. And this is where many people stop. They want the glory of creation without understanding the price of creation. They want the crown without the cross. They want the throne without the thorns. There is no creation without sacrifice. The cost of leadership is loneliness. When you decide to be a creator, you must be prepared to walk alone sometimes. While others are sleeping, you're working. While others are playing, you're planning. While others are quitting, you're persisting. Not everyone will understand your sacrifice. Not everyone will support your vision. Not everyone will celebrate your commitment, and that's okay. Leaders don't need a crowd. They need conviction. The sacrifice required for transformation is your comfort zone. You must be willing to give up who you are for who you're called to become. You must be willing to give up what's good for what's best. You must be willing to give up the familiar for the fantastic. Transformation demands that you die to your old self daily. The caterpillar must give up being a caterpillar to become a butterfly. Listen to me carefully. Comfort is not your friend. Comfort is your enemy. Comfort will kill your creativity. Comfort will steal your destiny. Comfort will rob you of your greatness. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you're choosing mediocrity over excellence. Every time you choose ease over challenge, you're choosing small over great. The price of creation includes criticism. When you start creating, people will talk about you. When you start succeeding, people will judge you. When you start leading, people will doubt you. But remember this, critics don't build anything. They're too busy criticizing what creators are building. Your assignment is not to prove critics wrong. Your assignment is to prove your vision right. You must understand the price you pay today is small compared to the price you'll pay tomorrow if you don't pay it today. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. The sacrifice of creation is temporary, but the cost of never creating is permanent. Your life will change forever the moment you make this decision right here, right now. The time for waiting is over. The season of excuses has expired. The moment for creation has come. Everything we've discussed today means nothing if you don't take action. Remember what we've discovered together. You are not an accident of creation. You are a creator by design. Every breath you take is a reminder that you're alive for a purpose. Every heartbeat is a countdown to your destiny. Every moment is an opportunity to create something that will outlive you. Look at your hands right now. These are not just hands, these are creation tools. Look at your mind. It's not just for thinking, it's for creating. Look at your life. It's not just for living, it's for leaving a legacy. You were born to be more than a consumer of other people's creations. You were born to be more than a spectator in other people's stories. You were born to create. The question is no longer, what are you waiting for? The question is, what are you going to create? The question is no longer, when will your opportunity come? The question is, what opportunity will you create today? The question is no longer who will help you. The question is, who will you help through what you create? Starting tomorrow is not an option. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Starting when conditions are perfect is not an option. Perfect conditions don't exist. Starting when you feel ready is not an option. You'll never feel completely ready. The only option is to start now. Start where you are. Start with what you have. Take out your phone right now. Set a reminder for your power hour tomorrow morning. Write down your 3 daily actions. Make your commitment to create. Don't leave this place the same way you came in. Don't let this moment become just another good message you heard. Let this be the moment everything changes. Years from now, people will ask you, when did your life change? And you'll tell them about this moment. You'll tell them about the day you stopped waiting and started creating. You'll tell them about the day you decided that average was not your destiny, that mediocrity was not your portion, that waiting was not your assignment. Your children's children will benefit from the decision you make today. Your community will be transformed by the opportunities you create. Your generation will be impacted by the solutions you provide. But it all starts with this moment, this decision, this commitment to become who you were created to be.